On big try. Did this always rugby Kinnear.
Yeah, that's a
big boot.
Nice take. Ball back over his shoulder. Well done.
Doesn't quite chase it as fast as he used to in the old days.
Yeah.
Scored a very good try in the first match, though. Good offload. Oh, ball through the hands. Gosh, if big PO2I had been able to pull that one in, it might have been interesting.
I think there was going to be a big collision if he pulled it in, because the big number 8 had him lined.
Jean-Baptiste Gobelin, you think it would have been a good contest?
I think it would have been the contest.
Shake in the Pyrenees, you think?
Yeah, might well have. Well, do you think YCAC, though, is going to have a mountain to climb here against the Pyrenees? We will see.
Oh, it's just descending into
woeful bits. So traditional YCAC pretty much holding the turn right at the moment.
And can I say, look, YCAC sporting what every team needs, a good ginger, number 11.
We'll see how it plays out for Brucey before we take that for real, eh? Feed to the scrum. Not cleanly cleaned.
Pyrenees in position, but and great surging run out of defence.
Standing in the tackle, holding it. Down he goes finally. Pyrenees clear the ball. Opting to go in. Side.
Interesting to see the YCAC tactics here. They don't commit as many men to the breakdown as a lot of other teams. Prefer to fan out in defence and cover the field. Pyrenees quite direct. They
very direct.
They may have sensed a weakness coming through the ruck with the YCAC fanning so much. They
taking the opportunity there to go up that middle.
That could play into that.
Oh, weak hands in. Position back with the YCAC.
Big man has it.
PO2I secured position. Now they're looking to use the space out wide on the right.
Oh, nice little switch there. Look at that.
Jesse Pittman straight into a big hole, showing his pace.
Great tackle.
Pulled down by the experienced Damien Trey.
Nice hands here.
But free man on the outside. And I think you might find it could be Mark Jackman to cross for the try.
Heads over the line for the try.
But lovely dummy off that play. Didn't take the obvious play off the back of that ruck there. Played the next man coming through, made the gap. And away they went.
And that's the secret, I think, in this game. If you're presented with space, you've got to explode into it. And you'll shake off a lot of the defenders that way. I mean, some of these casual, more relaxed approaches, it keeps the defenders in play. It gives them incentive to chase, and it just makes the job a whole lot harder. Baden Kerr with the efficient conversion there, 7-0 to YCAC.
Another good kick. Stayed in play. Oh, man was up quick there.
Under serious pressure on their own goal line, the Pyrenees here.
Very, very well to recover that.
That pass seemed to go to nowhere in particular, just drifted across the paddock.
Again, the Pyrenees trying to bust through the middle of the ruck. They're not wanting to move the ball too wide. Again, straight back through the middle.
Fiddly. Is that because you think they've got a lot more confidence in their forwards, or they're just trying to exploit that lack of commitment from the oppo?
I think it's because YCAC are fanning so quickly. They sense there's a weakness around there, a lack of numbers in the guard dog positions around the edge of the ruck. So
still got a big boot in him, Damien Trey.
Yeah. I'm not sure they have an advantage with pace out wide either. So
well, that might have been the other option was I thought you're not going to outrun them.
A couple of quickish guys in their early game, but they do seem to be
shying away from that.
Yeah. And busting up the middle, you can find support on either shoulder that way. You commit yourself to breaking on the outside. It's more difficult.
Oh, quick hands there. Cut back in.
Yes. Sensibly going back to his support. Very good turnover there by YCAC.
I think he was off his feet, Terry. But
Well, I think he stole the ball, and as he went to the ground, he threw it back. So,
oh, unlucky. Couldn't quite keep that ball.
knock on, hint of an early tackle, but
Big fan, big fella.
okay.
Oh. Did well to get through that gap. Now they're having a go wide.
It's a good ball.
Good cover on the inside. Oh, collision between two YCAC players, but they've got the ball. They're clearing it.
There
No,
you
they're
go.
not clearing it. They're straight up the middle.
There you go, Brucey.
Nice,
That-
Jamie.
I know. Look at that.
Jamie Booth
And there they
barely
go.
kept his feet, and the twinkle toes of Jesse Pittman streaking away to score under the post to make the conversion nice and easy for Baden Kerr.
They do look a team that if you give them half a chance, tradition, they're going to score.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're looking a lot more effective when they get a bit of space.
I think the difference between them and particularly the Pyrenees in this game is they seem to be organised. They seem to have a strategy. They know what to do. The Pyrenees are retaining the ball and regaining the ball, but it's not clear what they're trying to achieve once they get it. So
Well, it seems also a bit one-dimensional too. Like you say, they just want to keep hitting it up through the middle, up through that midfield contact point.
and as long as YCAC keep making their one-on-one tackles, they're not going anywhere. I'd just like to see. Oh,
that was a lucky
mistake
spell.
from the kickoff.
Just took his eye off that.
About to
as it
say, I'd
came
like
down.
to see Baden Kerr kick it a little higher and a bit shorter so they could contest it, but not necessary there.
Yeah, number one instruction always to nail on
Oh,
it.
lovely hands. Jesse Pittman on the wing. Pass around the ankles, plucks
Can
it
he
out.
stay
Of
in?
the,
Looks like the turn-up. Pyrenees have got it. Had it.
across the
Put
sideline.
it out.
Okay, may have been an illegal side entry there, the referee signalling.
Yeah.
Damien Trey hoofs the ball up the field.
That's a
It's still in
penalty.
play. So
Big
it stayed in play. They've lost possession, and if YCAC are getting numbers back, there's potential here.
Yeah. I think this could have been a mistake. For that
Okay.
kick.
Too slow up on the
Pio
outside.
Tuwai.
Go for
Oh.
He had a
Too
go.
clever. Presented the threat and used the handoff, but
I don't think number 5 was quite expecting that. Pinia just could be a surprise.
Pinito Fina. So Pyrenees off their feet at the breakdown. YCAC look to kick to touch with 1 minute 50 on the clock. Yeah, I think it was a good concept from Tuwai there, but the pass came through a little bit low to be gathered in easily.
He's asking for a rest now anyway
take a
after
rest
that. didn't
anyway.
fall.
Wore him out of it.
Because he made sure they got the ball back after they made the mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, nice bit of distance on that kick. Just put them well and
You have
truly
to
on attack.
question what Dominic tried did with the penalty for the Pyrenees there.
Yes, that
Okay.
seemed very rash, didn't it?
He's another fairly tall lad.
Yeah, replacing Tuwai is Tepuho Stevens, another New Zealand rugby athlete playing for YCAC.
Straight in the fray, took the ball nicely.
Straight into the action.
Good passing, ball in front. Seems to be an extra ball on the field there, but that's not troubling the players.
Going back the other way. Oh, look at that. Just crashing it up. Nice quick ball coming out the back. Coming in from the side, what's he calling? Or offside.
Well,
Okay.
they could do with
23
holding
seconds
on
on the
here,
clock.
the Pyrenees.
They're not worried about the easy kick in front of the post. They're looking for the 7-pointer.
I suppose you'd have to be fancying your chance. They've been looking pretty good with the ball in hand.
Yeah. Although with the way Baden Kerr kicks, you would have said that was a guaranteed 3 points. Time up on the clock. Next stoppage, we'll see the end of the half.
Oh, and they spilled it.
Okay, another penalty. Another opportunity for YCAC. Quick tap. Oh.
Very low pass. Did well to
Really
pick that
was.
one up.
He picked it up well. He seems to be crawling along the ground to get to the try line.
And a card.
The referee has yellow carded the Pyrenees, and that's possibly for not retreating in the penalty.
But were they not on the dead ball line?
No, they're well out of that.
So again, it'll be YCAC with one more penalty with an attempt to convert this into 7 points against 9 players.
Gone for the line out.
Okay, to take the line out. I think the theory here is they will force the.
I think we're in the Southern Hemisphere lines that today.
Well, that's interesting. He kicked for touch, and
Yeah.
Should have carried on.
clearly the rules here are not the same. Play doesn't
15s.
go for the line. That's interesting. I wouldn't have known that rule myself. I didn't know that was a 10s variation.
We haven't.
Maybe a referee variation.
Yeah, it might be referee, because last time I've seen that before, he just keeps playing.
It's not worldwide yet, that rule anyway, is it? They're playing it in the Southern Hemisphere, not the Northern Hemisphere, I believe.
What's that?
That if you tap it and the play goes on.
No, it's been played in the Northern Hemisphere. I've seen it in the English Premiership, but
Just slight. I thought there was a slight variation on it, but yeah.
So anyway, back.
because the issue is that at the end of a match, if time's up on the clock and you kick directly to touch, you have to take the line out. That's why the players tap the ball and then kick it into touch, so it's not directly from the penalty.
So it's two separate pieces of play.
It is, yeah.
So anyway, back to the World Cup here, research from us, Terry. So now that Eddie Jones has put the wheels back on England's chariot, do you think that's had a bit of an indirect or direct impact on the confidence for the Lions? Because if English rugby's down, the whole Northern Hemisphere or the Six Nations teams struggle, and they're back in there. Do you think that's lifted them?
I think the issue is probably more the quality of the rugby that the teams are playing in the Six Nations more than who's winning. Scotland's come to the fore this year. They've had some very exciting and very enterprising wins. So they're playing positive rugby and getting the rewards for it. And, I think what everybody hopes is that the team that's chosen will be a team that can go out there and play exciting, expansive rugby. It's the days of Lions tours being dominated by wet rounds and forwards crunching up the middle and reset scrums. And
my concern is
some purists love that stuff, but I think the general public like to see the ball moving and a dynamic, fast-flowing game.
My worry is that Warren Gatland won the series in Australia by playing boring, crash-up rugby. Until, in fact, in the third test, I think if Guinea hadn't dropped the ball early on, I think the whole game broke open because of that. Because there are some great flair, quicker players in the Six Nations now, and you'd like to see some of them playing. Yeah.
So we restarted here, 14-0 to.
Yeah, Pyrenees must be next to score.
Pyrenees are down pretty chunkily here. I've got to say YCAC's been looking the dominant side, but for once Pyrenees are down in their end of the paddock, they do need to get some points on the board. Pyrenees with the ball, play it back. Nice crashing run up the midfield.
And they're getting close to their goal. They're making yards, or saying that.
This game is
the YCAC defence gets even more aggressive.
Yeah, it's been a really physical game, this one. Breakdown here. And the tackles.
On the deck.
Nearly lost that one.
A few guys off their feet there. It'll be interesting to see that the referee's happy with this, is he?
Okay.
So he's penalised the Pyrenees player for joining the ruck without a jersey.
I think he would head past in off his feet, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting quite cool.
Lovely clearance by Baden Kerr. Very reliable boot.
One of the few excursions Pyrenees have had, I think, into the opposition.
You're just the leader of his fan club, aren't you, Terry?
It's seeming like it, isn't it? We did play for the Blues, which I'm going to support the Blues. Not sure where he's playing his rugby at the moment. But, look, I appreciate anything that's done well. So we've got Henry van der Glaas leaving the field. Replaced by a player that didn't really, Edwin Cocker, former New Zealand Sevens player, got hit in the back of the head with that throw. So I think there's some element of confusion as to how that play worked.
Seemed a bit obvious with the big fella up down the back. He was wanting the ball, but
I thought there was going to be just a plain advantage there, but there must have been a second knock on.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can knock it on with the back of your head though.
Yeah, I mean, but I think because I mean the Pyrenees had it, and then he's blown up and given them the scrum.
so Pyrenees at the moment with the feed to the scrum, but they really need to do something with it. Bit of a tussle here.
Oh, classic Wallabies have to get back in the bite next game.
Penalty. Turning in the scrum. Certainly been a lot of penalties for that today. It's a bit harder also with having 5 on each side. You don't quite have the flankers there that can give you a bit more stability, I think. Once it starts to spin around.
Yeah.
Very strong kick down to the corner by the Pyrenees.
The real truth of it, Leighton, as you and I know, is not many of these flankers push very hard.
It's wrong for it. That's the rest stop, I think, for the flankers.
I think it's more about the push me, pull you with the props.
Yeah.
You go up, I'll go back, and we'll all spin around together.
You get to a certain age, you don't like going backwards. You can't keep your balance, Terry, let me tell you.
The only people that like going backwards are rowers.
Yeah. Big long throw, nice take by the Pyrenees.
This is going to be mauled.
Ball to the back. What are they going to do with it? Yes, they are.
They seem to have them
They're
under
walking
control.
up the
They're very good structure in this small.
The only way they can.
So
Still got it.
Still
there.
there.
It is.
This guy's coming
Red
through.
hand in it.
Oh, well gathered back in again. He nearly lost it.
Oh, they're gonna,
What's going wrong there? Crossing.
yeah, unfortunately, he bumped into his own player.
I would have to say that defensively, I think there were a couple of offences before that happened, but
It's difficult with a maul that's that loose
the
and
maul-
unstructured. It's hard to tell who's coming through the middle and
they seemed to be so
where
well
they're coming
structured
from.
until that guy came around.
So the referee has decided that.
Well, I think if you're all bound
Oh,
on
and Baden Kerr going wide with the kick pass and
and work.
extremely well executed.
Look at that.
Oh,
Beautiful bit of play.
sensational play. Absolutely sensational play, and we see Sam Vaka heading to the goal line. No hurry to put the ball down. Great try and good vision. You know, the execution was great, but the vision was Baden Kerr to see that space out wide and exploit it with a kick, and the patience of the winger to let it bounce, secure it, knowing he had a support on the inside.
And he had time to play that ball, not in the panic to pick it up. That's pretty much going to break the heart, I think, of the Pyrenees down there, not turning that into points. It's going to be a bit of a big call now. Still 5 minutes to go. But
they look set for try with that with the rolling ball shaking through there.
Keep up Pyrenees 0.
very good on the boot, so every try is being turned into an extra 2 points.
Helps when they're under the post, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. Does make it a bit easier.
Waiting on a ball here to restart. Baden Kerr off the field, so Jesse Pittman to put the restart up the field. Changing strategy deep into the Pyrenees half.
Getting this ball quick and clean.
Interesting option to go down the short side.
Gave him a few more
Missing on the
yards.
sideline.
Big man there. Who's that, number 3? Been a good option to throw it to him. Jean-Charles Fidel. He was ready to take it. Still in control of the ball here, Pyrenees.
Good patience shown, good control.
And a penalty. Quick play, took the tap. Big man taking it up.
I think
interesting
hit
play,
the
that
deck
one.
there. Okay, so the player carried on even though he was tackled, but the referee's
releasing
ruling
the tackle.
was the tackler had never released him. So the player was tackled, he had to release the ball, but because the tackler never released him, the penalty went to the attacking team.
First infringement.
And it's a good rule, you know. Tacklers don't release. The chance of free-flowing play and quick ball is very, very limited.
It's funny though, Terry, because if you watch Super Rugby occasionally, and the tackler releases, and then the guy jumps up and the referee says not held. And it's that fine line.
That's the frustration.
Yeah,
it's, the tackler that does exactly what they should have done, and the referee doesn't actually rule correctly.
Yeah.
So I find frustration with that, because it's generally when the little guy tackles the big guy. He releases quickly to get on his feet. And
Pyrenees certainly having a go for the line here. Tap and go, grinding their way forward.
Yes, they're happy going up the middle, aren't they?
Oh,
stripping the
ball.
tackle,
Yep.
and an interesting kick. He's just hurled it straight up in the air.
Have another go. Here you go. Bad luck. Try again.
Oh, some very strong running in the midfield there by Benoit Guillaume.
They lost the ball. What a great steal that
away.
was. Big hands in there and took that. And there we go.
A great break from Tapuo Stevens, finished off by Hayden Shrivers.
Just like that. Full field run for traditional YCAC. Now on top of kick club Pyrenees 26-0. Another kick from right in front of the posts.
Heartbreaking stuff. The Pyrenees again seemingly hot on attack, and with the opportunity to put points on the board, failing and seeing a try scored under the post at the other end. And again, the simple conversion over 28-0 to Tradition YCAC over the Pyrenees. Another deepish kick from YCAC to restart.
Away with the ball.
Oh, pressure on that ball receiver. The touch judge is going to call a forward pass here.
Seemed to drift forward.
Great rush defence there by YCAC, putting an incredible amount of pressure on the receiver and having to attempt to flick the ball out to his winger, who was in space, but unfortunately the pass just went a fraction forward.
15 seconds to go. Pretty much all done and dusted here. Got to say, a pretty good game actually by YCAC. I think they look pretty composed all the way through.
Very comprehensive. They look organised. They look like they know what they want to do when they've got the ball. They you know, their defensive strategy was tested by the Pyrenees. They saw them fanning wide, trying to punch through the middle, but they were resolute. They made their one-on-one tackle, so
yeah, certainly
they
trusted.
survived.
Messy scrum there.
Very messy. Oh,
Idiot thing there. Both went up.
both went up. So
I'd say a reset, but anyway, he's gone for the penalty.
he's going to the corner with 0 seconds on the clock. We'll see what the decision is here.
Ah,
We're consistent, and
yes.
we're going to finish the game there.
Consistently wrong, I would say.
And the players ask him again and get the same response.
Anyway, doesn't matter in the end. Convincing win there by YCAC against Pyrenees.